if we could have more women out there who would like admit to like some of the stuff that they do wrong and like put that out. And then, you know, fellas too, man, like we gotta own up to our too.
Because anything we say is gonna sound biased.
Right.
But we're not the ones who make videos on YouTube about being a single man and dating in your 40s or as middle age.
Yeah.
They're the ones doing it.
You are experiencing the CO2 Carbon Ops Rawcast. Let's begin.
That's right. And you ain't said it no better, lady. Hey, 2021. What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Man, you are rocking with the fellas, with the crew, with the team. This is the CO2 Carbon Ops Broadcast. It's your boy, Diggy Jones.
Dude, the merciless Reese L. Black.
Good evening, Mr. Black.
Man, thank you guys for coming back. This is a new year, which means we got a lot of new things in store. Thank y'all for working with us last year, regardless of all of the craziness. Went off really, really good on this CO2 win. And we're going to hit y'all up this year with a lot of great stuff, starting off with fake men, beards, and hair pieces. We figured we'll hit you.
Y'all know who's gonna bring some bullshit. That's what we do.
Hey, we going back to the basics, man. We done had week after week of all these specials and stuff. As you can see, there is nothing on the walls anymore. We just
we gonna say it before you say it.
Yeah, we back on our bullshit. Okay,
you can't clown now.
Right.
We clown ourselves.
It is what it is. Just deal with it, man. No, I wanted to talk about this topic because one, I thought it was a little funny. But on Instagram, there is a channel that's kind of popular that shows a lot of like creative, you know, hairstyles for men. And there was a post. And I won't say the channel name just because I don't want to get into no drama. But there was a post of a guy who came in with like the scraggliest hairline. Like, I mean, that hairline, I don't even know if you can call it a line.
At least they got a hairline. Yeah. I ain't got one no more.
Okay, well, you know, we all got situations. But
I'm still fly though, so I don't care.
You gotta make it work. But yeah, his hairline was basically back here. He was pulling a LeBron on us, and no beard. He had like kind of like a little bit of a goatee, but like patches and stuff, kind of like me. I can't grow my beard out either. And this lady, man, performed some voodoo or some magic or some whatever on this dude. Hit him with a hairpiece. Lined up the hairpiece, put some glue on that, tapered it up and faded it, hit him with the beard piece, got the James Harden look on him and like lined and edged that up. And afterwards, like he looked legit. And everybody was like, what's going on? Is this fair? Like, we doing this now? Like, dudes is wearing pieces now? Like, is this the thing? And that made me want to talk about it. Like, what's wrong with it, man? Why can't I, in 2021, rock a James Harden beard and fill up my pieces without the ladies wondering what I'm doing wrong? Is it a problem for men to be wearing some fake hair? What you think? Sound like you don't think nothing about it, right? Wait, is it because you got fake?
This is natural.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Even the grays is
all
real.
These years, man.
This topic alone is going to make this sprout even more. Okay. We have already been shamed for even like the little itty-bitty lies we already tell about how much money we make. How are you going to explain getting out the shower with no facial hair at all, nor cornrows at all, no waves at all? Because you can get waves now.
Yeah,
like,
I've seen the cornrows too.
Look, we already did good with some of us lying about our height. You know, we got the lifts and the shoes and stuff like that. So now, no offense, but offense. Shots fired.
Bang, bang.
Now we're putting on weaves now. we're rocking weaves. Some of y'all don't went so hard on these chicks who are not natural. And now y'all doing the same exact. What type of man is doing this? You know, and I don't want to get into the conversation of what makes a real man. I really don't. But you're comfortable with having something fake put on you? You're comfortable with, okay, now if you're doing it for a movie role, this is what it's supposed to be for. Because I don't think Shamar Moore's cornrows was real in Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Hell no. You can see the seams popping out, bro.
Saw the manufacturer made in China.
It was like shifting every time he like raised his eyebrow. Back.
Like, how come somebody on set don't adjust this? And you can't tell me, maybe it was, but the baby fro that Boris Cujo had at, what was it, Medea's family reunion? Because I think he was the bus driver. You can't tell me.
They did a good job on that one. I don't know.
Sweet.
That one I don't know.
That was sweet.
Yeah.
But y'all know, if I come from... You know what's funny? You know who started? You know who I blame? And I'm going to say his name on here. This is the Rawcast. Oh. I blame you, Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh,
because you're the first brother we done seen with every wig, toupee, what was that movie? Formula, what was it called? Formula 51, where he had on the cornrows and he wore a kilt. Yeah, he wore a kilt. He was looking like Latrell Sprewell.
Oh, wow.
I blame you because you were like the only brother ever to rock every wig and weave and whatever, you know. Oh, God.
Well, okay.
Even since Unbreakable.
I'm going to play devil's advocate a
No,
little bit.
you not.
I'm going to be the one to do it this week.
No.
Because...
No, advocate needs to be a part of this. No. Give them their L, bro.
No, because I think it's ridiculous. But let's just say I didn't. The reason why I could see somebody doing this is because why do we keep saying, hey, go after the type you want. Go after shoot your shot. Go for that girl you looking for. If you know the girl that of your dreams likes the James Harden look or likes the dude with the goofy waves and the lineup and the edge up and the taper, and you rocking, you know, basically the George Jefferson look, like, what you gonna do?
I feel I should take my afro off just for the special alone, just to show that I'm proud of what I got.
Hey,
my dude is shaved and clean.
I mean, I think we're in agreement, really. Like, if you can come home, just come home. But I'm trying to give y'all an excuse as to why you would actually do this. Because I can see myself if, like, I'm saying this from a guy who I still got my hairline. So if I didn't have it, maybe I would feel a certain way and be like, yo, and especially if I was single too, I might be like, dang, I got to do something to like keep it going. Only problem is what happens when you catch them and then y'all go home and you got to shower, that's when the truth gets real.
That's my point. It's like, wait, what do they put to make the harden stay on? Like, what do they use?
It's glue.
They put glue on the face.
They put like some special like facial glue or whatever.
I mean,
and then like sometimes they use this like black spray to like fill in the gaps or whatever.
Oh, so they're not done yet.
Well, no. Okay, so there's like stages. So the ones that actually get the piece, they use like this little like facial glue. And then there's some people who like maybe don't need the whole piece, but they need like they got patches in their hair or patches in their beard. Then they'll use this like, it's almost like a fiber spray that you spray in, and then they line you up so it looks clean. I've seen people do that on actual, like, even if they got a hairline, just because the line looks cleaner.
Yeah. They like, what? There's a name for it. Is it called blackout or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. Like a lot of Chicago cats, you know.
Yeah,
they do that, and I seen they do it on like the actual facial hair too, but real facial hair. But isn't there a point where it's like it looks too rich?
It looked like, well, you remember the Carlos Boozer look?
Yeah, because he used it.
He basically
and he got
on.
clowned.
Yeah, I mean, he used a Sharpie, though. That wasn't even no fibers. That was an ink pen. He just drew his hairline.
The poor man route.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Come on, blood. No, I mean, okay, if this is for like, you know, if this is for theatrical purposes, I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. But if this is for one night stand purposes, because you ain't gonna never see the chick again, okay, I get it. But you're not telling me this is your routine every day as you prep for work.
Right. Well,
everybody at work know you ain't had no Harden beard in no dang day.
No, they don't. But okay, but that's why I'm saying, that's why I want to play a little bit of devil's advocate, because now when the shoe was on the other foot, right? Like girls get to make themselves look into like all kind of like fairies and yeah, like princesses and all that stuff. And when all that comes off, they look regular as heck. And like we're not supposed to say nothing, right? Like we got to be gentlemen about it because we used to like talk about it and then it became an issue. So now I'm like, if y'all get that, ladies, I support y'all. Do whatever it is you want to do. Why can't I have myself a little bit of a, man beard or something?
Because it's too late. You just can't come in. Yeah, you can't come in. Okay, that we like you said, Boozer got away with the blackout stuff because you were just dying, But you just can't do 2018, 19, 20, and 21 and come in with some fake beards and fake cornrows and fake waves. Like it's just too. Now
that's my goal in 2020. I'm a low key like fit that into the show and see if anybody notices when my hairline actually becomes a fake piece.
See, now would you? Because like you said, if you can't grow the beard, I mean, you can thicken the mustache a bit.
Yeah.
Let the T connect a while. You know what I mean? Dye it a little bit here, then folks be like, oh, it's filling in. If you gradually do it. My thing is this: the fake beard is the part I don't get.
Yeah, fake beard is a little weird. But I think because everybody's growing out these like elaborate beards, maybe that's what's got it more popular. Because it used to be, remember, like cats wasn't edging up their beards like that back in the day. It was
nobody
more
had
about
a beard, really.
Yeah, nobody was really doing that style. So now that the style is so dope, you got guys like DJ Khaled and, again, like James Harden, all these people making that look cool.
Yeah. Now
you're going to see more guys who don't have that probably want to rock that.
Yeah, and to Cat's credits, I mean, not everybody can grow the Hebrew Philly beard.
Right.
Like James probably grew that like probably straight out of high school.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there's prep when it comes to like all of this. Because you gotta you gotta throw in, the beard wash, and the beard wash gotta be organic. Shout out to Scotch Porter. I use that's a plug, sorry.
Okay.
But I use their product. And then you got the, the conditioner, the beard serum. It's a routine. You're feeding your beard basically. And it helps it grow, naturally. And as far as the patches go, I don't know, that might be like a testosterone issue.
I think if you don't have it,
get your T levels checked just in case, because it's not because you shouldn't be having patches of hair all over your face. That's the thing, naturally. You can like have the little line here and there, but the thing is, if it's random, it's like, and especially if you're in your 30s, go get your levels checked because you might be a little bit low. You should be either growing a goatee or the frame line, something. You shouldn't be having patches all over the place.
Hey, live your life out there, fellas. I support you and these fake ass beards.
Whatever, I know.
All right, anyway, let's get on to something else. Oh man, I'm sorry. I had to talk about this one. What we got in social media, man?
Okay, well, I know you really don't care.
Nope.
You would think being 2021 you actually care.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to care, and it still ain't happening yet. So.
All right, well, I wanted to take a time to revisit. I got a question. Let's just say you and your wife have a pending divorce. Would you plan on having a baby with her?
No, hell no.
Why not?
We're about to get a divorce?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
This
2021, come on, dude. Come on.
The ark has crashed at that point. The Titanic is going down. Like, everybody for themselves. I ain't going to put on somebody into that nightmare.
Okay, well, thanks for making these individuals feel a little bit dumb.
Okay,
but
sorry.
Ray J and his ex-wife, Princess, they planned on having a third child during a divorce.
They planned on it
I'm confused.
Wow, I am too.
I'm confused. Like, I'm really trying to figure out, like, we're talking about divorce. Divorce means you don't want anything else to do with this individual.
Right.
Now, the thing is, I really can't smash, unless it's just that damn good, I can't smash somebody I'm knowing that I'm going to have a pending divorce with, because I know assets might get exchanged. And shout out to Ray J and Raycon, because I rock his buds, and Raytronics and everything. He got a good. I don't know if his wife is gonna get any of that. Maybe he had a pre. I don't know. But how do you plan on having a third? See, the thing is, now if it was a second, I'd be like, oh, okay, because you don't want your first kid to be lonely.
Yeah.
So give him a sibling.
Yeah.
But number 3.
And like, okay,
be wrong,
this is
but I
new.
think it
This
said
is a new
pretty.
mentality because usually, now if we were talking about in the friend zone type of deal, and like you trying to like get a surrogate deal going on because you like the genes and all that stuff, like those sort of scenarios exist. So I can kind of see that flowing. But you are pretty much, when you get in a divorce, you're pretty much saying, like you said, you don't want to have nothing to do with that person.
Yeah, like it's a
anymore.
wrap. It's done.
But you still want their genes, I guess. Like for this new baby that's coming across. That's weird. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something.
And I'm not trying to judge. So, like I said, maybe I'm missing something. I really don't.
No, I don't think you are. I think that's
I
weird.
thought it was
That's weird.
I was trying to play devil's advocate too, but it ain't working.
Yeah. And then plus, like, that's kind of selfish too, because like, right? I mean, like the child itself is going to already be at a disadvantage. Let's just be real. When you get divorced, you may be doing it because like you two, it may be the best for you two. It's never the best for the kids in my mind.
Nah, so
right?
that blows.
Like that sucks for them. So if you know that this is going to be that scenario, but you still want to raise a kid in it, I don't know. That to me, I feel like you're taking an L at that point because the kid is never going to be better off than if they're being supported by both of them. Now, you could say like, well, but we are going to support them. Like we've agreed to do this. But it's not the same as growing up in a happy home. We are both in the same house and moms and dads love each other. You can tell. You know what I mean? Like it's a different feeling.
You learn what a relationship and what a marriage is. You
Right.
know, it's because you get the physical forms in front of you.
Right.
But I'm really trying to figure out, maybe I should have, looked into this, story way back when, but I don't care. Because when I just see it, I'm like, well, it already lost me. But maybe, what's that conversation like where I want to, you know what? I know we haven't been, cool for the past year and a half.
Yeah.
Divorces are long, so let's be realistic.
Yeah.
And so, but I was thinking, maybe, remember that time you wanted a third baby? How about we get that out the way, and that way there's no regrets? Is that how that went?
And then we get
that
the
doesn't even sound
divorce.
convincing.
No, it really doesn't. I'm trying to think about it too. I mean, to each his own. I guess everybody's got their own weird scenarios. But yeah, a scenario in which that would actually make sense, I can't think of any. I mean, that's shout out to Ray J. And
Hey.
maybe they know something that we don't know. But
Maybe we can learn from you.
yeah, I mean, it may
Maybe.
be a level of maturity that I haven't figured out just yet. But to be honest with you, I am thinking about that kid, and I can't think of a scenario in which that benefits the kid.
Yeah.
Now, maybe you could say it may not hurt, but benefit, I don't see a benefit in that.
I mean, hey, that's your prerogative. But how about this one? Want to revisit T.I. and Little Duval on their podcast. What's it called again? Expeditiously. So they caught hell about, thought prevention hours. So that's basically the nickname of what it like me and my daughter, we have what we call a daddy-daughter day. Where we just spending time with each other.
Cool.
That's what they call thought prevention hours. So daddy hanging out with his daughter, gaming them up,
Lit.
keeping them off the pole, keeping them off,
Yeah.
the track, and keeping them off OnlyFans.
Well, actually, to be honest, I've heard some strippers talk about they came from a healthy home and they just decided they wanted to
the
be
money,
free.
money and attention.
Money too, yeah.
Yeah, so my thing is this: Little Duval, they got hell for what they said, and he tweeted way back when, "Don't you guys want the dads in the child's life?" And then but they're like, both ladies out there, why you got to call it thought prevention hours, or why not just no, because that's what it is. When daddy is kicking it with her and gaming them up, that's what we're really trying to hope our daughters have the best life possible going forward.
Well, let's just call a spade a spade. I know like this is all semantics when we're talking about labels or whatever, but no guy, I mean, I'm assuming no girl either, but no dad wants their daughter to be a like that's never in anybody's wildest imagination. So
Especially
the labels,
a dad that raised the girl in the household.
exactly.
Yeah.
The labels, you can call it what you want, but it is what it is. I would want the best for my daughter, and so you try to raise them up in the way that you would like them to grow and succeed, to have pride and confidence in themselves.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that strippers and people like that don't have any confidence. I'm just saying I don't want that for my daughter.
Or to
right?
be their first choice going into the real world, looking for, financial stability.
Right.
That's a quick buck.
So you may get offended at the title and the label, but I mean, we talk about a lot of things and label them whatever we want to call them. But the basis and kind of like the outline of it is what's important. And really what's important in this scenario is I don't want my daughter, and I'm sure you don't want your kids to grow up to, f up. And so we are making this scenario so that these people can learn to do better things than what we've seen growing up.
Exactly. Well, shout out to Little Duval, shout out to T.I., because what it is no one is used to fatherhood.
Yeah.
Not parenting. Like the concept of fatherhood is just done.
Yeah.
And so when black dads are stepping up, being the best fathers they can be, look at the criticism.
Right.
And it's interesting, because we do the same thing with like sisters are nice to us. So we're all screwed up as a community here, But, shout out to you two, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, but T.I. was the same dad that, posted on social media that he took his daughter to the doctor for the pap smear or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have posted. That's private.
Maybe that's a different story.
That's private.
And it may part of it may be what snowballed to where this became more of an issue.
Yeah.
But shout out to them for trying to be fathers. How about a lot of those out there that ain't around? Okay. Ooh. So hey, at least they out there. I mean, I'm not even trying to take shots, but shout out to fathers, man.
Yeah.
Out there being a father, trying to raise their kids the best they can.
That's right.
Y'all can judge on the side. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That's the first one that I think I actually cared about.
2021. Look how we brought this bad boy. He actually cared about it.
I cared this time. Damn it. All right, man. We gonna take a quick break. We'll see y'all in a minute, and we'll come back with the fixins. This is the CO2 Carbon Ops Rawcast. See you in a second. All right. Thank you, folks, for hanging in with us. This is the CO2 Carbon Ops Rawcast. We are back. And for today, we wanted to get into something that is pretty much a YouTube scenario. But I guess really, if you're in the entertainment business, you're probably going to deal with this. PickMes and Pandering. If you guys don't know what that is, then you're gonna have to wait until this sexy song is over. This is the fixins. Hey, listen, cooking in the kitchen. This the grits and fixins, how I sit the mixin'. Yes, sir. So, in the fixins today, we are talking about something that is pretty, well, it's not really new. The phrase pick me is kind of new, but basically, actually, Reese, why don't you go ahead and explain, what is a pick me?
Okay, so this was, okay, apparently it became derogatory. And apparently this label was only for women who basically cater to men when it comes to giving them advice on dating and relationships and marriage and things of that nature. But, the consequence is blaming women now. So women saying it's the woman's fault for a failed relationship, or women just failing in dating, period, has now been referred to, those women who are speaking of it, as pick-me's. So this woman that is on YouTube or on a podcast saying women, we need to get it. For one, anybody that just says that right there, ladies, we need to get it together, she's automatically considered a pick-me, meaning, they want a man to pick them. So they are feeling that this cloak of femininity is all false. This is fake. You're pandering. You are only saying that it's only the ladies' fault when it comes to XYZ is because you want more male viewers. You are feeding into the male emotions because, there's a lot of guys out there that actually feel like, we don't want, thottery. We don't want the attitude, the typical, complaints that most men make right when they're single. So you got these women who are saying that ladies, we need to get it together. We need to be feminine for our men. We need to be fit for our men. And so they are telling that chick that's throwing those instructions out there, oh, she must be a pick-me. She want these dudes to pick her. She want these dudes to subscribe to her. She want these men to view her content. This is disingenuous. When in many cases, it's not.
Well, this is interesting because this is like an onion, dude. There's a lot of layers that we can uncover. And I think probably the first thing I want to uncover is the fact that this is not new. If you look at the history of YouTube, men and women, like YouTube, for those of you guys who are just out there watching YouTube and are not really like, you don't got your channel or anything like that. YouTube is built and has been built for years now off of analytics. And what analytics are stats that they use to determine what shows and what sites get more play and more put up front on the main channel of YouTube than others. So like if you go to the popular section on YouTube, the most watched and all that stuff section, those videos are videos that do well in analytics. Now, why am I saying that? I'm saying that because analytics is so important, YouTube is kind of turned into a platform where people make decisions on what type of videos they make so that they can hit those analytics, so that you guys can keep watching it, keep viewing and be a fan. And that's the reason why you see a lot of people maybe turning into topics that are similar, because when the analytics say this is a hot topic, everybody goes to that. So that I wanted to say that because when we talk about pick-me's, people who are, basically, to some people think they're pandering to men and telling them, hey, women, we got to get our stuff together. A lot of times it could be because of that fact, because those are the videos that people will watch. Those are the videos that people get on and are like, oh, this is interesting. Why is this hot chick saying that we got to get our shit together?
It's always a hot chick.
Yeah, right. And so they click on this because they're curious. So for those who are judging those ladies, that's one point I want to start off with, and then I'll kick it to you, is be careful, because maybe they're talking about this because it's something that y'all want to see in the first place. Maybe y'all are watching this and it brings about a lot of views. So somebody who's trying to start their channel might be like, yo, this is a popular topic. Let me get on that.
And that's where the disingenuous side comes in.
Yeah.
Because you really don't know who is really out there to assist people to help them become better. Right. Like we know, like on the men's side, who allegedly panders to women. We really can't tell if they are false or not. I mean, we want everybody to do great.
Right.
But if the majority of, we'll just say this, if it's the majority of women who seem to be in the dark about dating and things of that nature, it's like, who would they want to hear it from, a male or a female? Most likely they would want to hear it from a male. But it just so happens the male happens to be attractive. So it's almost as if like, there's a uniform for, individuals to become these relationship coaches, and they talk to this one specific gender. So you have the attractive female speaking to, the women on get it together, but also telling men, leave these thoughts alone. Stay away from these type of women, stay away from, and we're just like, okay, great. Well, thank you. And then on the other end, you have this good looking man telling these women, you need to stay away from these type of men and yada, yada. But they're not also telling them what you can do to improve yourself. So now it's like, okay, you're pandering if you're not telling them, yo, you will attract the right type of man if you X, Y, Z. Just like the sisters over here are telling the men, the women, yo, you can attract the right type of man if you do X, Y, Z. And men, you can attract the right type of woman if you do X, Y, Z. So the question is it only considering pandering if you're only speaking to one gender? Yeah. And is that disingenuous or not?
I'm glad you brought that, because that's what I was going to talk about a little bit is, we're talking about pick-me's in the feminine sense, but I could it basically happens on both sides, right? Like men there's a lot of guys that we ain't gonna call them out who are doing this self-help stuff for women that you could tell they don't really believe it. And that's probably my biggest thing that I wanted to, bring up is if it's genuine, I'm all for it from anybody. You know what I mean? If the female is giving that knowledge, if it's facts, that's dope, man. Like let these girls know so that they can get better. Same thing, fellas. If you spitting facts to the fellas, I'm all for it if it's genuine. But the pick me part comes in, and you can tell when there's these people out there giving these tips and advice that they see that's going to get them those views and those numbers, but they don't even believe it. And they facts sound like they were regurgitated off of some bigger YouTuber or, novelist who said something in a better way. That's when it becomes an issue for me, because it's like, I want to watch. If you're going to give advice that you feel. Even if I don't agree with your advice, I respect it because I feel the vibe from you that you feel that way. You know what I mean? But if you're just telling, basic stuff that you read in some magazine or whatever that you think is going to give you views, like, I don't respect that. Be like, why are you wasting our time? We could have caught that on, Vanity Fair or something. We don't need to subscribe to your channel. So again, if you live your life based off of analytics and views, you're doomed to fail in my book, because all that is like, it goes with the wind. You know what I mean? People might be interested in it one day, and then they're gone off of it, and now you built your whole channel off of some that you don't even believe in. So if you're down with it and you really believe this, by all means, man, like, teach away.
And it's pandering when you're not even like explaining the true nature of the other gender. So let's just say I'm pandering to women only, which means that I'm only putting the blame on the men gender, the gender of men. So I'm not explaining to you why. I'm only giving you the con of it. Now, sisters shouldn't even be getting hell for telling women to let's shape up. Brothers, we've been told that our whole entire life to shape up. But now we got another woman telling women that it's their turn to shape up, and now she gets called to pick me. Now all hell is broken loose. And this is just my analysis. Especially in the black community. I hate breaking on the race thing, but everybody know ain't nobody non-black used the word pick me, so let's just keep it real.
Right.
No, what happened is like us as black men and women, in my opinion, I feel that we were raised to be equal. So, but more on their side, why should I have to shape up for him? For this brother, because you already know, we have been stereotyped more than anybody in some cases. So dang near, when you guys sisters talking about like, yo, real talk, why do I got to shape up for him? He ain't nobody. That's usually what we get. I mean, think about it. We probably got to be like, the only race of men, probably, I could be wrong, who got the most older sisters. Yeah. So we've been told what to do by moms, grandma, auntie, and older sister. So now as we get older and we basically try to try to be leaders, try to be the head of the household or whatever, try to be on the purpose and have a good thing going. And we want that woman to be in our lives and also, to become our wives. And we have a standard now. They have a problem with it.
Right.
Now it comes on this accept me as I am stuff. And now you got a sister out here in the YouTube space, couple of them telling them we need to be better. And now they're like, you kidding me? For who?
Right.
For them?
Right.
For these brothers? Why?
Yeah, I mean, this is my thing, okay? I find it refreshing, to be honest, when you find a female who actually tries to side with men, and maybe not even side with men, but just be realistic and see both sides, be open to the fact that maybe we might be on some bullshit too.
Being realistic,
they might be
siding with men though.
Well, I mean,
unfortunately,
being even, at least understanding that, because there's a lot of girls that it's almost like you feel like it sounds like they don't even believe that they're talking about. But it's refreshing to find a female who can admit to their mistakes, admit to their flaws sometimes. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, it's cool, to empower your empower yourself, but you also got to be aware and real with what's really going on. So to me, I don't find that being a pick me. I find that being, real and being
informative.
Understanding the elephant in the room and seeing both sides of the coin, right? So like, to me, I find that refreshing. Now, that having said that, I can also tell when somebody is just being disingenuous and they're really just, pandering, like they're just trying to get attention or whatever.
Yeah, it's one-sided.
Right. And at that point, then all of your points fall flat to me, because your intent is not right. So you don't even believe what you're spitting anyway. So yeah, like, I guess it all depends on where you're coming from, man. We've said it many times on this show here. Being genuine, being who you are, is going to get you a lot farther than trying to pander to somebody. But if we could have more women out there who would like admit to like some of the stuff that they do wrong and like put that out, and then fellas too, man, like we gotta own up to our shit too. It would make for a much better environment in this whole YouTube and podcasting world.
Yeah, see, what's unfortunate here is like we really can't talk about like it's because anything we say is gonna sound biased.
Right.
But we're not the ones who make videos on YouTube about being a single man and dating in your 40s or as middle age.
Yeah.
They're the ones doing it. So it's almost like you're stepping on your own foot and telling on your own self.
Yeah.
So there's not a bunch of older guys, shout out to Coach EO, because he said he coaches men, over 50, but that's like a handful. But there's a bunch of women who are single, pushing, mid 30s, pushing 40, who are still trying to get advice.
Yeah.
So now the question is, where's the BS now? Because now you can't blame men for you being single going into middle age.
Right.
Because men are getting married. Like when people want to talk about, brothers and everything, it's just like, well, brothers are getting married, regardless if they marrying a sister or not. Brothers are married.
Right.
A lot of sisters are not. And then so they want to put the blame on us for them not getting married. It's like, okay, but their sisters getting married too. And those are usually the ones who, reevaluate themselves and, I don't want to say cater to their man, but they listen to the man of what they want in a wife. They accept it, what they want in return. They become the best husband they could be. And bam, wedding bells. But now we have this arena of a bunch of women who are just like, why I need to like change for him, just like, like we ain't. But the thing is this. You guys are now, you women, you guys know who you are. You guys are going on these sisters' platforms, calling them pick-me's and saying they're pandering when they're trying to educate women who want to be better. They're not even advertising themselves. If you want to come over and listen to what brothers want and how you can better yourself, because everybody wins in a good, healthy relationship.
Right.
So why the hell are you even going onto this platform calling her out?
Right.
So regardless if she's pandering or not, guess what? It's needed.
I mean, yeah.
It's needed.
Like, at a certain point, people need to own up to their own mess, right? And the whole goal should be to get into a better situation and, get married. Whatever it is your goal is in a relationship, like, you're not there, right? And these people are trying to give their advice as to what got them there. So instead of calling them pick-me's and all that stuff, maybe that means you may need to learn something. If you look around and everybody else has given you advice that you're not following, and they're in situations that you want to be in, at a certain point you got to stop looking at the man or looking at whoever it is and saying all men are dogs or all men are this, and maybe start looking at yourself. And vice versa, fellas. Like, we get into a point where we try to like, put ourselves on these pedestals. But if you find yourself alone, maybe you got to reevaluate your scenario and figure out where you're going. So at the end of the day, really it's about, what am I doing wrong that I can do better to get myself what I want? And if you call somebody a pick me for giving people advice on that, I think maybe you might need to look at yourself.
It's like, it's funny because we check each other. Like, dudes, we check each other all the time.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, that ain't right. Bruh, you kind of a scumbag for this. Yeah, I know, my bad. No, you need to go handle that. Go fix that. That's your woman. Yeah, that's what we do to each other.
That's
you know?
the point. That's how we get better. That's how you learn and grow. Like, you're supposed to check each other. So
that's why everybody allergic to tough love. You know, y'all became some damn sissies now. You know what I mean? Like, back
getting too sensitive.
Black community used to be warriors. Yeah. Now look what happened. It's like, y'all going on YouTube. Y'all act like people famous.
Yeah.
Y'all going on YouTube to call somebody out of a name. Like, come on, man. I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to slam my pen down, but that's just how I feel about it. Anyways,
man, well, pick us. Pick this show.
Yeah,
man.
pick
we'll
us.
Give you, we'll give you the invite you want, and we'll pander to
I didn't
y'all
even know
as
about
long
the
as you
algorithm game. Now, we're going to go on trending topics,
Right.
and we're going to talk about TikTok people getting reality shows. Yeah,
Why
how you
your
like
man
about that
hasn't
now?
been doing the things in bed he should. We're going to give all kind of that pandering just so y'all can like, no, I'm just kidding.
Y'all going to hate us.
Just kidding.
We're going to get on reality show on Bravo.
Hell yeah. Anyway, no, let us know really about this topic. Let us know in the comments what y'all think about this whole PickMe pandering scenario and stuff like that. Because, you know, it's kind of interesting. Just really curious about your thoughts on that. Right. So this is the Carbon Ops Rawcast. Thank you. We are back in the building, back on our basics, and we're going to try to like keep it going for y'all in 2021. In the meantime,
how can they find you in 2021?
You can find me on Diggy City on Instagram and on Twitter. And I promise y'all, I have been working as my New Year's resolution to put more stuff on the Twitter. So there you go. Follow me.
You only saying that because it's NBA season.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk.
And they gonna talk. It ain't got nothing to do with the show. Like, damn it, LeBron. Damn it, Derrick Rose. Right. AD hurt again. Goddamn. No, we don't want to put the energy out there.
No,
AD, stay healthy.
Please stay healthy. What about you? How can I follow you?
Y'all should know by now. Follow me on IG. Good evening, Mr. Black. Find me on Twitter. Evening, Mr. Black. And of course, you can visit us too on the CO2 Rawcast on IG, where of course you get updates, exclusive clips, and a whole bunch of foolery. You know how we do. And we also should be following us and hitting our wall on Facebook, Carbon Ops Rawcast.
Yeah, and for more pandering, be sure to follow us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification.
I just caught that.
Hit the note. I know that was a little delayed gratification. Hit the notification bell and give us a like and share it with as many people as you know. Anyway, that is it. This episode is in the books. We will see y'all next time. This is the CO2 Carbon Ops Rawcast signing out. Peace. Flip side.